I am Ellen Chaput. I live in Connecticut, and when I was in my mid-20s, I said to one of my bosses, I don't have any life insurance. He said, I know a guy. His name is Bill Keller. I didn't know at the time that we were going to be lifelong friends. Bill told me all about MassMutual and life insurance. His own mother lived into her 90s, and my parents lived into their 90s. So he said, you're a long liver. You come from long livers. All those years, he would just call and say, how are you? I say, actually, I want to talk to you. And then he'd call another time, and I'd say, no, everything's okay. He'd say, want to go to lunch? Sure, let's go to lunch. So life went on. And that started my relationship with Bill Keller. That lasted almost 50 years. When Bill became partners with Ashish, I think he was trying to pull back a little. And he said, I got this guy. He said, God, he's smart. And he works so hard.
Myself and Bill drove to meet Ellen first time.
They came up to see me, and I sat and listened, and they sat and listened.
From that point onwards, I started engaging in terms of, taking care of service requests. And of course, she would communicate with Bill as and when his health permitted.
One time, Bill called, and I didn't recognize his voice. And I went, oh my God, he must really be sick, and he was. And then the next thing I knew, Ashish called me, and he gave me the bad news that Bill had died. I miss Bill. Not that he isn't taking care of me, he is, but let's move on, okay? When I turned 70 and a half, and I had to start tapping into some of my funds, and I went, I gotta talk to Ashish about this. So I called him. I said, am I gonna outlive this? My parents lived to mid-90s. I have aunts lived to late 90s. He said, let me think about this.
I went back to the drawing board. I looked at every account of hers. I looked at how else I can create a pool of income that's never going to end. And that brought us to annuities. What other better thing to go with than a single premium immediate annuity and a deferred income annuity? In today's day and age, people are living longer, and that pool of money that they accumulated is going to just vanish. So I planned it out in such a way that her money continues. She's going to be okay for the rest of her life.
One more time, my MassMutual go-to guy saved me again.